I would say that we've already impacted American society culturally, whether it be popular pop. I mean, salsa is more popular than ketchup. We've already changed it. Our contributions are not acknowledged, and we now need to do that.
You know, there's a love and hate relationship that white Americans have with Hispanics. I'll tell you exactly what it is. They love everything about us. History, our art, our music, Los Lobos, Corona beer, our food, El Torito, tacos, can't have enough of them, fajitas. They like everything about us except us.
Some Latinos joke that the season when Born in East L.A., Stand and Deliver, and La Bamba came out was the longest film streak for Latinos in history. For many, it's a painful joke because it's so true. The struggle regarding the arts and culture is a bittersweet one with a heartfelt goal: to get the mainstream world to appreciate their art and their artists. It's a blending of experiences that spark the senses, a mix of tradition and individual spirit that are uniquely Mexican-American. The culture, arts, and especially the foods of Mexico are easy to find in Southern California, where tortillas now outsell white bread and margaritas are served just about everywhere. People of all races know that pollo is chicken, but they don't always know how to connect with the people who make and serve it. And that is a problem Mexican-Americans face over and over again. The fruits of their labor are accepted, but they often are not. It's a situation that frustrates artists like Patsy Valdez.
I don't really understand. I think there's a fear, and I think there's a lack of education, lack of understanding about who we are.
Several years ago by her record company. She was already a star. When she tried to record in Spanish, they told her she was crazy.
I tried to overcome every argument. They said, well, the people aren't going to know what you're talking about.
A Grammy and several gold records later, she has proved them wrong. Linda Ronstadt and Los Lobos are two more examples of Latino performers who have mainstream acceptance and bring in lots of entertainment dollars. You'd think Hollywood would have jumped on a lucrative bandwagon. It hasn't. In this era, Dolores Del Rio, Lupe Velez, Gilbert Roland, and Ramon Navarro were hot at the box office. Latin was definitely in, and the image of these top stars was glamorous, sophisticated, and romantic. In the 40s and 50s, most Latino actors were cast in supporting roles. Although many films like The Treasure of Sierra Madre were set south of the border, the story usually centered on Anglo characters who found themselves in Mexico facing characters like this bandito, played by Alfonso Bedoya.
We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
Although Bedoya's performance was memorable, he never became a star. The big roles went to Anglo actors like Henry Fonda as a Mexican priest playing opposite Dolores Del Rio in The Fugitive.
I'm a priest. This was my church.
To Charlton Heston in Touch of Evil.
Senor Vargas. Yes?
Or Marlon Brando as Emiliano Zapata in Viva Zapata.
You promised to teach me to read.
Actor Anthony Quinn, who appeared as Zapata's brother, was the only Mexican-American to play an important role in the film. He did it so well, he won a Supporting Actor Oscar and became one of those rare Latino superstars who has played a variety of meaty roles regardless of their ethnicity. He was an Arab in Lawrence of Arabia, a Russian pope in The Shoes of the Fisherman, and the unforgettable Zorba the Greek. Why did he and Mexican-born star Rita Hayworth make it to the very top?
Put the blame on me, boy.
Talent, to be sure, but Hispanic Hollywood author George Hadley Garcia says it was something more.
People like Rita Hayworth or Raquel Welch have changed their names. It was Raquel Tejada, it was Margarita Cancino.
Should actors have to hide their Latino roots to succeed in Hollywood? Actress Evelina Fernandez, who starred opposite Edward James Olmos in the controversial film American Me, says absolutely not.
I have a problem
when people insist that you need a box office name. And then they start thinking about, well, maybe this non-Latin actress would be right for this role.
Only you're the only thing I see.
That's the kind of thinking that led to Natalie Wood playing Marie in West Side Story.
Descend in Rosie DeLeon, please.
And Janet Leigh playing Latina Rose DeLeon in Bye Bye Birdie, a role created on Broadway by the talented Chita Rivera. Even Anthony Quinn has lost his share of roles to Anglo actors. He was supposed to play the villain in The Magnificent Seven. Eli Wallach got the part instead.
Can men of fashion worry about things like that?
How are we ever going to become box office names if we're not given the opportunity to play these significant roles, these leading roles in film and television?
What do we want? Latina playing Frida!
When New Line Cinema announced it would cast Italian-American Laura San Giacomo as revered Mexican artist Frida Kahlo in a film biography, Latino actors simply wouldn't take it anymore.
You cannot continually anglicize our image as if our own image is dirty, as if our own image is just not nice enough, not commercial enough, not packaged enough, because you perpetuate the concept that we're not normal.
To this day, despite the huge box office potential of positive Latino-themed movies cast with Latino actors, few are made. The inspiring Stand and Deliver, starring Edward James Olmos, was a notable exception, but all too often, the images Latinos see of themselves are negative and violent.